The energy inside the arena was already electric, but everything changed the moment Cody Rhodes stepped through the curtain. The undisputed WWE champion walked down the ramp with that calm confidence that the WWE Universe has grown used to, holding the title high, soaking in the roar of the crowd. He wasn't scheduled for a match, but Smackdown had been buzzing for days that Cody planned to address his next challenger. No one, however, could have predicted how the next few minutes would unfold. Cody entered the ring, pacing slowly as the cameras tightened on his face. This wasn't about celebration. This was about warning the entire locker room that the champion was restless, hungry, and ready to face whoever believed they were worthy of stepping up. Smackdown watched him raise the microphone, steady and firm, preparing to call out his destiny, when everything was interrupted by a thunderous, bone-shaking sound. The lights dimmed, the entrance screen flickered, and then, Bronson Reed stepped out. The entire arena shifted from excitement to shock. The massive figure of Bronson Reed stood at the top of the ramp, shoulders squared, eyes locked directly on the champion. No games, no hesitation, no second guessing. This was a man who made a decision before he ever walked through the curtain. Reed marched down the ramp with the intensity of a man ready for war. The crowd erupted in stunned noise as he slid into the ring, standing mere inches from Cody Rhodes. The contrast was striking. Cody, proud and defiant, staring up at a powerhouse who outweighed him by several hundred pounds and carried the atmosphere of an unstoppable force. Bronson Reed didn't need a long speech. His presence alone delivered the message. He pointed directly at the undisputed championship resting on Cody's shoulder, then tapped his own chest with a single, deliberate motion. A challenge, a warning, a promise. Cody didn't back down. He stepped closer, raising the title between them, almost daring Reed to take the first shot. The tension in the ring overflowed as the crowd rose in anticipation, waiting to see which of the two would break first. The answer came fast. Bronson Reed lunged. The attack exploded out of nowhere, Reed driving his forearm into Cody's jaw with enough force to rattle the ropes. Cody stumbled, trying to counter, but the sudden burst from Reed was overwhelming. The challenger ragdolled the champion across the ring, slamming him spine first into the turnbuckle. The crowd erupted as Cody fought back with a strike of his own, but Reed shut it down with a crushing body check that flattened the champion to the mat. The assault escalated. Reed dragged Cody up by the neck, lifting him effortlessly and planting him with a thunderous slam that shook the entire ring. Cody tried to rise, pushing himself upright with the last bit of resilience he could muster, but Bronson Reed wasn't finished. The audience screamed as Reed ascended to the top rope, his massive frame towering dangerously over the fallen champion. And then, with zero hesitation, Reed crashed down with the tsunami. The ring shook. Cody's body folded from the impact. Bronson Reed stood up slowly, breathing heavy but steady. He stared down at the broken champion beneath him, then reached down, picked up the undisputed championship from the mat, and held it above his head. Not in celebration. This wasn't a victory. It was a declaration. This was Bronson Reed sending a message to Cody Rhodes, to SmackDown, and to the entire WWE Universe. The tsunami was coming, and nothing was going to stop it. Reed dropped the title on Cody's chest, letting it fall with a loud thud that echoed like a final warning. He stepped out of the ring, never looking back, leaving Cody barely conscious, clutching the championship he suddenly wasn't sure he could keep. SmackDown faded out with the image of Cody Rhodes struggling to rise, staring toward the ramp where Bronson Reed had disappeared, realizing that a storm had arrived, and the fight for the undisputed championship was about to change forever.